Hello, demigods, monsters, and gods alike. This is the Olympus Report. I don't want to delay this any further, so let's just jump right into our news. Up first, before we jump into the D23 news, I have a couple other things to talk about. But if you want to skip right to my trailer breakdown, go to this time code down below. We only have 4 months and 3 weeks left of primary production, and I cannot wait until this show is completed. But I'm also going to miss all the cast photos of the crew hanging out together. According to fans who are on the location set of Percy Jackson, the three Fates have been casted, and apparently their wardrobes match their Crocs, which I think is awesome and a great design element. And remember in my last video how I said the Percy Jackson musical had something in the works? On Saturday, October 1st, the musical at Five Angels Theater in New York City will be putting on 2 shows. Link to tickets in the bio down below. I'm going to hopefully try and make it out depending on my schedule, but if you haven't seen the musical and are in the area, I highly recommend it. And now to what everyone's been talking about and blowing up the internet. Rick took to the stage at D23, and unfortunately we didn't get any new casting information like I predicted, but we got something even better, Half-Bloods. Rick's special guests, which he previously talked about bringing, were indeed Leah, Walker, and Arian. And they took to the stage to talk a little bit about their experiences and characters. Grover is the protector, Annabeth is not to be messed with, and Percy is sarcastic, witty, and hot-headed, according to the 3 actors. And afterwards they answered some questions on what their favorite experience filming the show has been thus far.
Because I know that me and my mom accidentally looked at the wrong time and we thought that it was 8:30 and not 7:30, so we were an hour late to meet up each other for the first day. When I came in though, I saw them playing like Uno or something, and I just walked by and I was like, hey, sorry I'm late. But yeah, that was a good memory, and then we just went on from there.
My favorite memory is probably we had a huge water gun fight up at Circus, and like a bunch of people were there, and like it was just a blast. He came out in like a full rain tarp because he didn't want to get wet. It was hilarious. It was a blast.
My favorite memory, probably we do a lot of scenes where I'm just drenched, and me and Arya had to do this scene where we were drenched, and I think it lasted like 2 weeks. It was the most fun I've ever had in my life, and at the same time not the most fun I've had in my entire life.
But now for the part everyone's been waiting for. We actually got a first look at the series in the form of a teaser trailer, and it could not have been more perfect. It gave away just enough to tease without giving away anything major, and it was just so special to actually see this series come together and actually get the adaptation that we've wanted for so long. The trailer gives off a very dark and ominous vibe, and here's what Rick Riordan had to say about it. Good question for today. Is the TV show going to be very dramatic and dark like we see in the trailer? Or will it be more lighter with the dry humor we see in the books? Simple answer is both. Complicated answer, see thread. Our show is being designed for a family audience, and why Disney is the perfect home for it. The darker, more mature side of Rick's books will be pushed forward while also keeping the fun and joy that made his books appealing. I'm not going to show the trailer right now, as I did post the full presentation over here if you want to go give it a watch. But I am going to break the trailer down shot by shot. So here's all the little things and Easter eggs you may have missed in the first Percy Jackson trailer. Up first, we have some shots of some trees. I may be looking too much into this, but they deliberately showed a pine tree. So this may actually be Thalia's pine tree. And then we get Walker's narration.
Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood.
Which is taken directly from the first page of The Lightning Thief. Accompanying the narration is a shot of some signs, and we can make out stables, archery, and camp cabins. Up next, we see Percy's hand taking a necklace out of his bag. A blank necklace that is most likely his Camp Half-Blood bead necklace, minus the beads since this would be his first year at camp. Percy then proceeds to walk through camp past other campers, and we get a close-up of the Camp Half-Blood orange t-shirt, which all the other campers are wearing as well. and this is also taken directly from the books and was absent from the movie adaptations back in 2010. Up in a tree we see an owl, which is of course the sacred animal of Athena, and might symbolize Annabeth keeping an eye on Percy. We then see a bunch of campers in battle gear, and our first look at Dior Goodjohn as Clarice. Also, the helmets might be a small Easter egg to the ones they wore in the movie adaptation, as they look very similar. Percy walks past two cabins. One appears to have a 6 on it, so we can conclude that's probably Athena's cabin, which would make the one next to it either Demeter or maybe Ares. After that, he walks up to what I think is cabin 3. The symbol could either be a 3 or maybe a trident. And finally, we get a good look at Percy's face in the rain, most likely during his battle with the Minotaur. Honestly, they just did such a good job of introducing us to the world and Camp Half-Blood and teasing the show. Honestly, still just so in shock, demigods. Well, let me know what your favorite part of the trailer was down in the comments below. And always remember, until next time, stay safe.